So when it comes to recoil management, there are several pieces to this puzzle that we want to make sure that we have. The first puzzle piece that is probably, in my opinion, one of the most important ones is our grip. Once we have our crush grip in place, the next thing we want to talk about is understanding that everything is part of a kinetic chain. From the way that I interface with the gun, to the way that my long bones are engaged, to the way that I recruit muscles up in my upper torso. So once I have effectively connected all of that together, that creates the kinetic chain that's going to really help me to manage that recoil impulse. So I want to make sure that my arm is just locked. Another thing to keep in mind is that my arm is going to be more powerful, slightly bent, as opposed to overly extended. Once I have my arms extended correctly and my firearm is right inside of my sight line, the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that my shoulders are engaged. So what we mean by that is we want to keep our shoulders neutral but engaged. So what we don't want to see is we don't want to do this and we don't want to do this. We want to keep our shoulders engaged, and then all we're going to do is just make sure that our arms are extended. As soon as I am ready to effectively fire that shot, the last thing I want to make sure of is that my midline is locked. And that's going to connect. That's the final link in the chain to connect everything together. Make it a point of every time that you're shooting, you go through that little checklist, what you're going to find is that it becomes second nature.